Hello and welcome back. I got this Famicom system in a lot of Super Nintendos I bought, broken Super Nintendos, and I decided I was going to take it apart just to see if it had the same components as the Super Nintendo. And I already took off the top. I already wiped it down. But I was looking at it, and I'm like, I kind of want to show this off. The amount of dust. Look at this little guy. It's like a little mouse. This big old dust ball. Alright, let's get to it. Let's see. Because I was noticing it did kind of have the same components. Like, this is the same but different. I won't show a comparison, but if you're taking it apart, just take my word for it. The audio, this looks the same. So I was curious what parts I could swap out if I don't even know if it's working. I honestly, the jack here, I would have to, well, you can't use this. I know that. You can't use the AV hook. The power cord, I know, is too small. I tried to plug it in to the Super Nintendo power cord. I found one for like 10 or 11 bucks on eBay. So I just bought that one. Hopefully it's the right one. I hope it is. It said Famicom. They did not sell specific Famicom on Amazon. But yeah, the audio looks the same as. Here, you know what? Oh, we can basically do a side-by-side comparison. See, here's the eject button. The eject button, a little bit different, yet the same. I'm saying it's like the same but different. And then I'm curious, do they share the same plug? Yep, same exact audio boards. Yeah, I thought so. This all looks the exact same. Because, like, the motherboards I was looking up online. I'm going to have to jump skip here. Yeah, this thing is very similar. To the Super Nintendo. Oh, okay. Now I'm messing up my screw order here because I had. This thing is dusty as all get out. I don't have the power cord yet, so I guess I could test it in a short video. But it's the same exact plug and everything, or the same exact switch. It's just weird. They use you want my honest opinion, and obviously I'm American. I grew up with the Super Nintendo. I think the Famicom has a more solid body. See, same exact cords. This plate. Same exact plate. Everything, it's got to be the same exact motherboard. It's just this different. Yeah, it's the same exact plate. Yeah, same exact everything. I was looking up images online, and I kept seeing this weird motherboard every time I looked up a Super Famicom. I'm like, it's not. It can't be it. Because Google's telling me I can interchange the CPU. I'm really not trying to get a shot. I'm trying to have this more pointed down at me. I really don't want to point it at me. I want to point it down at the system. Ooh. Alright. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Wait a second. Oh yeah, I'm being a dummy. That was a dummy move. Don't do that. It's a ribbon cable. I don't know why I just did that. That would have been bad. So the ribbon cable. See, and again, it's similar. I don't know why they went with a different body type. See, this is the Super Nintendo. This is the Super Famicom. The ports are the exact same, but I could not interchange these. I'm very certain I can interchange the CPU though. I have a Nintendo taken apart while I'm waiting for a part to come in. I was like, I don't feel like putting it back together because I'm just going to take it apart again. So I got all the pieces sitting together. The thing is, this isn't just a bench. I have a couple of There's a couple shelves I can set stuff on. So I got like the smallest area for a little workshop, but you know what? This corner of my room, I don't care. I got a window. I got a window. So I'm not going to do anything fancy for this video. See, I've even got like all the screws sitting here. We can even do a side-by-side screw comparison. Yeah, those look the same. I was thinking these look a little bit different, but they don't. Everything. This is different. I think. Different plug. Oh, I missed it. I missed a screw. I missed a screw. Woody-doo. Woody-doo. I missed a screw. To you. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Yep, it's the same exact motherboard. Just dusty as all get out. I'm just using little wipes. I opened it up just to, you know, compare motherboards. And I was like, dang, this thing is dusty. I should record since I'm about to clean this thing. Alright, so it is confirmed. Am I stuck in here? Where am I stuck at? Go. I guess we could do some basic diagnostic checks. Why is this thing not popping out? Hold on one sec. If you would like a side-by-side comparison, give me 1 second. Because we can do a side-by-side comparison. Here is the Super Nintendo I have been messing with. Here is the Super Famicom. Here is the Super Nintendo. So, I'll show you. Super Famicom. This is just here. I should actually show it to you like this, so nobody's confused. This is just the port. I bet it slides into here, but I really don't want to slide it on there because it's all dusty. So, again, here's the Super Famicom, and here is the Super NES. I don't know what the heck it was showing me on Google, but they definitely are the same exact motherboard. So I can pull chips from one of these. Very interesting. See, sometimes even I just wipe the outside down, but really what you want is your vitamins. Eat your vitamins. Now I found this cool little bottle. You want 99% isopropyl alcohol. That's what you want to use if you're cleaning any kind of electronic components, because it dissolves quick. You can bathe your components in this stuff. Get in there real good. That stuff burned in the cuts. A lot of times you're going to have problems with the cartridge because you're not having a metal to metal connection. It actually doesn't look like it's terrible. What I like to do, actually, since I don't have an actual cartridge cleaner, you just take an old card and just wet it. And then you can just, if you really want to make sure your pins are cleared out, just slide it in, slide it out. I got my old I got a NES I got to work because I did that. I need to clean that. Actually, I might make a whole nother video. Well, you can set it in front of the fan for a second to air out. Whoa! Don't forget you had a screw in there. I didn't lose any other ones. Cool. Don't lose screws, kids. I try not to. I'm making it a mission to not lose any screws. Easier said than done. That's why I bought the fancy mat. Get the fancy mat, you don't lose any screws. They did a good job about grouping the screws, I guess you would say. Like, you can know like what screws go where, because they got what, 4 types of screws to remember when you're taking them apart. The ones on the bottom here have these little funny looking skirt things on them. And also the voltage regulator is holding it on. The thing I was having fights with. I actually can't even test. I can't test the voltage regulator. I could test if any chips are fried, actually. We could do that. So let's see. Let's first take some of this alcohol. Give it a good little wipe down. Okay. Give these Q-tips some work. I got a couple of Famicom games coming in the mail because they're cheaper, and I can use the Famicom games on the Super Nintendo. You can just clean your board real nice. I'm trying to kind of go a little bit quick because I know you guys don't want to sit here forever watching me clean this thing. But Alright, that looks pretty alright, I guess. Alright, the way you could test this thing, or a couple of simple little diagnostic tests you could do. Take your multimeter, put it in diode mode. Alright, so we got there's that. Alright. Hold on, let's do this one first. This one's simple. We can check continuity on the fuse. So, see, every time I touch the fuse, all I'm doing is touching the fuse. And I got continuity. So I'm going to assume that the fuse is still good. I'm going to assume it powers on. Another thing I could do is I could put this into diode mode. See that 633? Oh. What is that? Can you see it? Oh yeah, you can see it. Alright, so I wait for the number to steady. It says 662. You can see that, 663. That's a good read. It's sending an electrical pulse all the way through this motherboard, and it's telling me that none of these chips are fried. If it didn't read something, I know 633 is a good number. I have it written down. That's what my other one tested at. Anyway, 633 is a good number. I'm trying to remember what in between what and what. 0.150 and 1.500 is what you want your reading to be. And when you have a reading like I do in the 600 range, you know you're like right in the middle, you're good. So the chips are, none of the chips are fried in this motherboard, so that's good. And we will do reassembly after I wipe this bottom part real quick. Give the bottom a good wipe. These little brackets always get me. So they got these too. I hate these things. They keep getting me. Look at these little fuzz balls. Give it a good wipe. Not cleaning your unit is the could be the difference of your system playing and not playing. You know, something as simple as like one of these dusts being on a pin, interfering with. I tell you what, I really do feel like the Famicom has the more solid of the two. Alright, so you're going to put your plate in. Put this in. Oh, whoops, you know what I did wrong? Anybody know what I did wrong? I hate these things. You're going to put your, what do they call those? Levelers? Braces, brackets, there we go, we'll go with that. You put your brackets back in. This is the same exact motherboard, that's wonderful. You're going to put that back in. There you go, you have this. Alright, I forgot to throw on the heat shield, so I threw that on real quick. This heat shield's going to go on next. And you're going to take, there's 4 of these screws right here. 2 of them, the long screws. This is a set of 4. There's 4 sets of screws. There's these long silver screws. There's the short gold screws. And then there's the short gold screws with the skirts and that go on underneath. And then there's the outside casings that are a completely different screw. You cannot mix those up with any other screw. So, you can get there. These silver ones are going to go. This is the same exact setup. Because, like, the Famicom is, like, nothing like the NES, man. And, yeah, this is the same. So, with these. Actually, let me throw all these screws in real quick. Jump skip. Bam. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it's like me staring at the board going like this, 'cause I can't remember sometimes. Like I just stared at the board for like 2 minutes, wondering where the screw went, and I was like, oh yeah, gotta pop this thing back on. And remember, there's a screw that hides under your audio box, and this thing just pops back on. Come on. Like this. Make sure you slide that in. That will not fit right if something's off. So you know. Yeah, I'm like, where do these screws go? And I'm like, you haven't put the audio back in. Alright. Fun part. You don't want to try to jam this in. You want to line it up very nicely. Make sure... That's another thing about this. The light sticks up. And the Nintendo, there's a little slot on the right for the light with this. So, I don't... That's how I know on the Nintendo. So, you want to line them up very nicely. Stand this up. And it should just slide right in. And that'll sit nicely right there. That's one of the tricky parts you got to watch out for. I always set 2 of these screws aside, because then I'm looking around like, what do I put on next? This. Will slide right in. That's your on off switch. And it'll bolt right back in right here. Bolt. Actually, before I do that, I should do this. Here's your reject button. I would spin this around, but it's easier for me to do this like this. Okay, so this easy going, coming out. Might be a little difficult going in. This is part I thought was going to be super challenging for me, and it really wasn't. So one of these ends is longer than the other, and you'll find that out if you try to fit it in the wrong way. So I found that the large end should go on the bottom, or the longer end, I should say, will go on the bottom. And it goes right there, and then it goes right in, and then, whoops, and then, ooh, it feels like even more like, dude, I'm telling you, the Japanese built themselves a more sturdy product. I swear it. Or maybe I need a brand new, fresh Super Nintendo to mess with, because these ones I bought in the lot were like brittle. But also, like every SNES I've messed with, their eject button was not this. Yeah, that thing's got some pop. And I would test to see if the thing came on, but I do not have the actual power cord, so that may be for another episode. But yeah, that's the inside of a Famicom system. Same thing as a Super Nintendo, if anybody was wondering. I was wondering. I didn't know, and the images Google was giving me kept saying SNES on it. Cool. If I had it in there correctly, it would just go right on. Whoop. There you go. And then the 6 screws will just go on the bottom. And if you want to start getting into this, you will need a special screwdriver. They make one for the regular Nintendo as well. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And have a good one.